Our next segment not only encourages women to compete, but also allows it as well. I was under the impression that women could not actually compete in real sports until this clip was found. However, now I'm a believer. Here they are in their finest glory, being carried around like a sack of potatoes. Amen to you, Title IX.
Today, Genius is in Finland, where crowds of old people and one enthusiastic hoodie have gathered in the rain to watch this. No, not cartoon pornography, but the International Wife-Carrying Championships, where men get the chance to be men and women get the chance to be carried upside down and dragged headfirst through water. Joking aside, though, this is serious, as this serious athlete explains.
This is very hard. This is the hardest thing what I have done. I have done a lot of many kind of
Sport?
Sport. This is the hardest thing what I have done in 1 minute.
The ritual humiliation, sport, begins with a wife weigh-in, supervised by Dracula. Then the international wives are given helmets before being carried around a running track, dunked in water, then lugged across the finish line, which is a clever joke because finish is also the term used to describe something from Finland. It's a wonderfully inclusive event with many nations, shapes, sizes and personalities represented. If you're wondering who's behind it all, it's this man who fittingly gave interviews while breastfeeding a baby koala.
Still we have the mission, and I think people like that mission, to build and share happiness, to more joy for the world.
The mission was won in the end by Taisto Mittinen, our serious athlete from earlier. A Finn himself, he'll be hoping wife-carrying is taken seriously before London 2012. Isn't that it, Taisto?
That's it!
So can you believe that's it for another year? But as sure as Santa Claus, wife-carrying will return. And for now, I leave you with the sweet sounds of the Finnish Weirdos Choir. Take it away, ladies and she-man.
And now a word from our sponsor. Rounding out this week's assortment of highly skilled competition is a reason to never go to England. Ever. Otherwise, you might be tempted to throw yourself down a slippery slope in search of a wheel of smoked Gouda. Oh, I forgot to mention, if you somehow make it down the hill unscathed, there lies a rugby team waiting to body slam your ass. Sick and tired of the homeless not contributing to society? Well, you're not the only one. But thanks to Eric Weiner's revolutionary idea of employing them, they can finally earn their keep on the streets. Now we turn things over to our East Coast correspondent, Candace Cooper, in order to get the lowdown on the bum workforce.
The recession has affected businesses around the world, and while most companies are suffering job losses and budget cuts, one firm has managed to find a creative new way to keep its business growing. WhoIsTheBaldGuy.com launched a groundbreaking program this week, which employs homeless people as walking billboards. The program is called CHAM, which stands for Creative Homeless Advertising and Marketing. It is an initiative to have homeless people wear branded clothing in crowded public places. Founder and CEO Eric Weiner explained earlier today that it is only a matter of time until major brands will apply his so far controversial advertising strategy in their own business models.
Companies no longer have those trillion-dollar budgets to spend on elaborate advertising campaigns. So why not take advantage of that? Why not turn to the one class that is willing to work and has so far been neglected and underestimated by the rest of society? No education, experience, or training is even necessary.
The rates up to $4 an hour, rain or shine, and paid in cash. That is, of course, where the controversy comes from. The current minimum wage in the United States is $7.25 an hour, and avoiding the tax issue is never a good idea.
This is not pay. It's purely a trade-off. Some of these people don't even want money. A burger or a sandwich will do.
I think it's a good idea, as long as they don't make fun of them. They don't go against their principles and values, even though they can be homeless, but they still probably have values.
I think it would be a good idea because the homeless they have nothing to do. That would keep them a little productive.
People do it with the cars already. The advertisements where they stick things on the cars. So why not do it with a person? If he's willing to do it, why not?
See, if it keeps the homeless person off the streets and it gives them a bit of extra money, then why not?
Mainly for Snickers was my idea, where it says not going anywhere for a while. Grab a Snickers and the homeless man sleeping.
As simple as it sounds, there are some rules and regulations. To qualify for CHAM, each candidate has to show proof of no residence, proof of no bank account, and proof of no other employment. The branded clothing, which so far consists of only t-shirts, is fresh, clean, and comes in all sizes.
This has been a fantastic experience so far. It was a little problematic to approach them in the beginning because they didn't quite know what we're all about, but once they understood the business proposition, it was a piece of cake from there. The fun part about it is that they'll do pretty much anything. There's no attitude towards the job or anything like that. They have fun doing it. So if I suggest, for example, listen, why don't you just do the robot, then they'll do the robot. I mean, they'll do it. They get the attention, and it works for us because our logo gets the attention because they're wearing it. So it's great.
I mean, I think it's a good deal. I mean, I'm not just walking around. I'm walking around with a purpose. I mean, I was sitting right there, you know, begging for money, and, you know, now I'm actually earning a living wearing this shirt. And it's not a bad shirt. If you take a look at it, you see it's not actually, it's warm, you know, short sleeve, but it's warm, and people notice me now. So I'm not a nobody. I'm a somebody because of this.
Ever since the launch of CHAM earlier this month, business has skyrocketed for Eric Weiner, and so far the program seems to be running without flaws. This is Candace Cooper reporting to you from New York. If you can make it there, you can make it anywhere.
Well, it's definitely better than bum fights. We'll be right back after this unusually short commercial break.
With Bug DNA 4000, you can play around with the DNA of real live insects. You can crossbreed, mix up their DNA strands, and build your own bug. Watch how they develop, harvest food, form a colony, reproduce, and more. All in your own bug farm. You can experiment with the preset DNA samples, change their shapes, choose their color pattern, give them antennas or claws. Give your bug 4, 6, or more legs. Learn about genetics in a fun and exciting way. You can even have your own bug fighting your friend's bug. Bug DNA 4000. It's great fun. Bugs not